you doing there, folks? Baiters here for another Top 10. This week we're going to be looking at the top 10 underrated mods in Skyrim Special Edition. Remember, if you are playing on Xbox, to keep your eyes out for this bump tickler here, as that's an indicator that that mod featured is available on your console. All these mods are available on PC, as we do all our mod reviews on the PC version of Skyrim Special. All the links will be in the description. Now prematurely wash up your nipples, and let's get to Averagebaters, baby! At number 10, we've got Evany Over Reshaped by QR of his own. Now, the Evany Armor is a conundrum in Skyrim. It gets off to a good start with a dark, ominous color setup and some high-level protection, but then it just flops down dirty just short of the finish line with its unbearable design. Put it this way, if you wore the Evany Armor to school, the kids would peer pressure you into destroying it. And that would just be the beginning, because we all know how peer pressure can escalate. 1 second you're changing outfits, the next you're skipping class, and before you know it, you're fingering a pigeon's asshole in a dark alley for a gobstopper. The Evany Armor is one of the most underutilized armors in Skyrim. It has great damage resistance and is meant for high-level play, but nobody wants to wear it because it's like the ugly duckling of armors. In fact, it's so unattractive that if you saw it on Tinder, you'd go out and you'd buy a new phone. It's the kind of ugly that if it made eye contact with you at the bus stop, you'd move to a different city altogether. Long story short, it's ugly as fuck. It's got a tiny helmet that just screams, "Please don't hit me in the goddamn face," and it's got body armor that looks like a big bulky turd. However, the Evany Armor does look like it has the potential to be a great set of armor. This mod author also saw that potential and brought it to fruition with this great adaptation of the Evany Armor. Now this armor doesn't just look balanced in terms of its design, but it also looks magnificent in relation to other armors in the game. This is the type of armor that you just want to be inside of, in more than one way. It's got the stats of high-level armor, and now looks the part as well. This is the type of little fix that goes a long way in anyone's playthrough of the game. Aesthetically speaking, this is a must-have mod in Skyrim Special Edition. I rate this mod 1 maniacal evil baby genius.
You'll never escape this time, Bond. Not ever! Oh, it's less funny now. It's less funny. Oh, God.
At number 9, we have Gothic Plate Armor by Toasty Fresh. Are you the type of person that has a deep-seated fear of getting an axe lodged in your goddamn face? Do you feel that the iron armor in the game couldn't protect a bear from a bee sting because of its lack of overall coverage? Well then, boys and girls, I have an armor that will tickle your dick all the way to Whiterun. This armor protects everything on your body. Put it this way, if your body was a lost 8-year-old girl at a local shopping mall, this mod would be like that little girl is wearing medieval armor. Probably wouldn't help her find her family or stop her from getting kidnapped, but it would protect her from the unlikely but possible scenario of a mall stabbing. This mod adds a full suit of plate armor to the game. Now, this armor can be crafted at the forge as long as you've acquired the advanced armor perk. Or if you can't craft it, a set of it can be stolen from the castle barracks in Solitude. This medieval style armor comes in a few different styles, including multiple helmets. One that looks cool as shit, and the other that kinda looks like the tip of a penis, which for some reason is giving me confusing sexual thoughts. Also, there are variants that have a red feather on the helmets. Now, I don't understand what the feather does, but it sure does make you look nice. The meshes and textures for this armor look incredible, and it fits into the world of Skyrim really well. Its real-life medieval design adds something new to the world of Skyrim without breaking immersion. This armor is a great addition to the game that offers full coverage that would make anyone, even a lost 8-year-old girl, feel safe during combat. I rate this mod 1 guy who's very good at pretending to play the trumpet.
I look up, so people think that I'm blowing hard. Shh, it's our little secret.
At number 8, we've got Visual Animated Enchants by Lest4T, or LE Stat, or L3ST4T. His name is super ambiguous. Have you guys and girls ever noticed that when you enchant something in Skyrim, it doesn't really change how it looks physically? This is a letdown because an enchanted item should really be an eye-popping experience. It should make people want to come in and take a closer look. I want my enchanted weapons to be like my milkshake, because my milkshake brings all the boys to the yard and they're like, "What the fuck is that thing? It's my penis. Seeing is believing. Let's just face that fact right now. Now, if someone tells you that your house is haunted, you'd be like, okay, well, I guess that's creepy. And then likely mutter something under your breath like, I don't believe in ghosts. But if a dirty dead Asian girl came through your TV when you were watching reruns of The Price is Right, you'd likely shit all over yourself, wouldn't you? Now, this logic can be applied to Skyrim's enchantments as well. Now, there is nothing worse than having an enchanted weapon that looks just like every other normal version of that weapon in the game. It kind of makes you feel like you're being ripped off. Like the merchant just put the wrong price tag on an item by mistake, and he's just going with it. He's just keeping that lie alive. Hey, why does this sword here cost 200 more coins than this identical sword here?
Oh, that sword? That sword's magical. Yeah, it's super magical and shit.
Ah, that does sound expensive.
This mod adds different effects on weapons when they have an enchantment to make them more immersive looking in the game. The effects really bring the enchantments to life and make you feel like your weapon has a real added advantage in Skyrim's combat. The effects themselves all look really awesome and will make your penis as hard as 3-day-old shit. They look so intimidating, in fact, that some enemies may offer to suck on your boner instead of being hit in the face by these glorious-looking enchanted weapons. I rate this mod that one guy who dies at the start of every natural disaster movie ever made. Just gonna go down here in this dark, super lonely cave and check out what's causing all this pressure. Looks like I found the culprit. Oh, fuck! At number 7, we've got Horker Weapon Pack by Gosu. Sometimes when I'm exploring the wondrous world of Skyrim and I'm basking in the sun-soaked natural hills or running naked through the semi-poisonous wildflowers, or when I try to communicate with wild animals through sign language and a series of blinks, I think to myself, would it just be wonderful to cut that thing's head off right there and use it as a weapon? Well, before this mod, that was just a pipe dream. Now, you can kill a semi-endangered, somewhat violent Horker and use their horns to fashion more weapons to kill more Horkers. It's a perfect system. Before you know it, you'll be having so much fun, you'll be covered in blood and fur, and you won't be able to look your 12-year-old daughter in the eye anymore when the house pet goes missing.
Teddy, where's Whiskers?
This mod adds new Horker weapons and a shield to the game, which are craftable at the Forge under the miscellaneous section. They have also been added to the level list so you can find them on dead people or dead animals. Now, 11 new weapons have been added to the game along with the shield. All of these weapons just look incredible, and they really look like they were fashioned out of a Horker's tusks. This weapon set reminds me of the time that I tried to fight with a weapon made out of an animal in real life. Now, although it is terrifying to smack someone in the face with a live raccoon, it's not very practical, because sometimes the raccoon gets wise to your shenanigans and bites you right on the penis. Lesson learnt. Lesson learnt. It's better to fashion a weapon out of dead animals. Also, don't wear a live raccoon on your penis. Who knew, right? I rate this mod that one scene that was cut out of Casablanca during editing because people, they just weren't ready. Maybe not today and maybe not tomorrow, but someday. Could I dip my balls on your face like a bag of tea? Did I ruin the moment? Maybe. But I had to ask. My balls are looking at you, kid, and they're saying dip me on your face. At number 6, we've got True Bat Form by Giuliano09. Before this mod, playing as a vampire had its fair share of limitations, and limitations can be the worst. They stop you from speeding on the highway, drinking underage, or skinny dipping at the public pool.
Oh my god, kids! Run! It's that naked guy again!
Before this mod, you could only turn into a cloud of bats for a quick second to teleport across a small area. Well, now you'll be able to optimize your potential with this mod installed and fly through the world in bat form. You'll be able to take on a cloud of bats and go wherever you please. Roads? Where we're going, we don't need any roads. Roads are for peasants! Peasants who don't have the gift of flight. Enjoy your sore feet, you fucking peasants! This mod is not script heavy and only uses the vanilla assets from the creation kit, and should be compatible with most other mods. Now, this mod is meant for vampire characters only, but the mod author does provide the option to download a non-vampire version as well. Now, if you want to acquire this ability, then once you have the mod installed, just go to Volkire Castle and check out the training/boss room and look for a scroll called Ancient Knowledge. Just take it and read that little bitch in front of everyone and show them all how sophisticated you are with your reading abilities. All the non-flying illiterate vampires will be jelly as fuck as you fly around the room reading above them and shit. This mod makes traveling through Skyrim a breeze and also makes for a pretty cool magic trick. So if you ever get bored, you can always do magic in front of local villagers for coin. Gather round, people, gather round, and watch me disappear. Where did it fucking go? Here I am! What the fuck? Oh, that scared me so bad. I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna clean the tears and shit off my body. Thank you for that horrifying display of magic. I rate this mod that one guy who shows up to war with a rubber gun. Something's wrong here, guys. Something is seriously wrong here, guys. My gun is not shooting and it appears to be made of rubber. What should I do?
You're probably gonna die, dude.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for that super non-helpful tip. Appreciate you. At number 5, we have YY Animation by Just Bolin. Although the animations in Skyrim are pretty good, they can feel a bit underwhelming when you're on your 18th playthrough of the game and you're just desperate for something that looks a little different. The way your character holds a sword or gets ready to throw a fireball can really make or break a playthrough. An animation that has you holding your sword with confidence tells every enemy around you that you're not to be trifled with. On the other hand, an animation that has you holding your sword like a pussy tells everyone around you that they can just rub their dusty fart boxes across your face and you won't do anything about it. This mod replaces the one-handed sword, the two-handed sword, and the magic animations with subjectively better versions of those animations, depending on what you're into. Now you'll be able to destroy all those who oppose you with grace and finesse. Get over here, you winged bastard! Stop moving, you slippery little demon! Yeah, you better run! Tell your friends about me! If you're not into looking like a badass mofo, then you likely won't like these animations. On the other hand, if you'd rather be looking good in combat more than being defensively efficient, then these animations will blow cum all over your goddamn face. But like in a good way. The one-handed animation now has this really cool spin animation when you sheath your weapon, and the two-handed animation now rests two-handed weapons on your shoulder when you're not attacking someone, which looks pretty cool. This mod also replaces the magic animations and makes them look way more ballin' as well. Especially the master spells, which now make you look like you're gonna go Super Saiyan on people when you use one. Impossible! His power level! It's over 9,000! Quick side note, the one-handed animations are designed to fit a character with a sword in one hand and magic in the other, which is great for those people who just really like to multitask. Now the animations all look great and really give your character a whole new dynamic in the game. Now there are multiple options to choose from if you're using this mod for the very first time. So if you don't like the default style, then you can change it up to something that suits your style just a little better. For instance, some of the animations can seem a bit more feminine than others, so if you're playing as a female character, you may just want to choose one of those, or vice versa. Oh, back for round 2, are ya? Come here, you little fucker. You goddamn brain, you little fucker. These animations are a great addition to the game that really give your character a whole new look and feel. I would highly recommend this mod in anyone's playthrough of the game, especially people who want to feel a little more fucking amazing when they're in combat in Skyrim Special Edition. I rate this mod 1 banana who has killed before and will likely kill again. At number 4, we have Frozen Electrocuted Combustion by Power of 3. Now there is nothing worse than electrocuting someone in Skyrim until they die, only to leave zero proof that they were electrocuted. Before this mod, if you killed an enemy by burning them, freezing them, poisoning them, or electrocuting them, it was equivalent to knocking them out with a rubber hammer in regards to the collateral damage that was left on the corpse. Simply put, there was just no visible damage left on the bodies that indicated the use of these effects in the game. Meaning if you were to use one of these effects, battles with enemies would be a bit lackluster when they came to an end. Do you think that Darth Sidious would have electrocuted the fuck out of people in Star Wars if there wasn't any visible aftermath? No, he wouldn't. Because he was an evil, twisted fuck. Do it. Do it, Anakin. Do it, Anakin. Kill him! Kill him, Anakin! Let the hate flow through you! Good, Anakin. Let the hate flow through you. It felt dirty. I think I need a shower. With this mod installed, when you burn an enemy, they look burnt. When you freeze an enemy, they look frozen. And when you electrocute them, well, they still kinda look burnt. because electricity, as we all know it, is like blue fiery lines of death. This mod applies visual effects to bodies when killed by several effects in the game. If you kill an enemy by fire, then their bodies will self-immolate and either combust into skeletons or become charred, leaving smoke behind. If you use frost, then your enemies will freeze alive and thaw after some time. If you use shock, then they will spasm and char. If you use poison, your victims will become sickly and show signs of poisoning. And if you use soul trap, bodies will look drained of life like your Shang Tsung from Mortal Kombat.
Finish him! Your soul is mine.
There are two versions of this mod, standard and realistic. The standard edition features bodies combusting into skeletons, while the realistic version leaves behind a charred body instead. Both versions add to the game's dynamic and make using effects in the game a lot more rewarding and fun. I would highly recommend this mod to anyone's playthrough of the game, as it is immersive and just adds to the overall realism of combat in Skyrim Special Edition. I rate this mod one monkey who just doesn't give a fuck. At number 3, we've got Lore Weapon Expansion by Insanity Sorrow. Is there anything better than more immersive, well-crafted, lore-friendly weapons?
Well, as a matter of fact...
Shut the fuck up, Jeremy! That was rhetorical. There's nothing better.
Then why isn't it number 1 on your list?
God damn it, Jeremy! I will punch your dick until it turns purple. If you don't shut the fuck up. Sorry about that, folks. This mod aims to expand the available weapons found in the game that you can loot or craft. All of these weapons are lore-based, meaning that they're either based on designs found in previous games with visual upgrades, or they are based on descriptions mentioned by characters or places in the series lore. Now, if you want to acquire these weapons, you can find them on fallen enemies as they have been added to the respective level lists. Now, some of them are craftable as well and can be found at the forge once you've acquired the necessary perks to craft them. All of these weapons can also be upgraded, and the silver weapons also come with additional silver effects, so the undead receive more damage. Oh, that's so ballin'. Over 30 new weapons have been added to the game with this mod installed, including at least 3 new legendary weapons that can be found throughout the world space. And although this mod may not be number 1 on this week's list, it still holds a special place in the bottom of my nutsack.
I thought you said it was the best, though.
Jeremy, you motherfucker! Sorry about that, folks. Had to deal with something. I rate this mod that one confused look you make after an accident when you realize you didn't renew your car insurance. Does anyone here know if this would buff out? Maybe I could buff this out myself. Does anyone think that's a possibility? At number 2, we have Apophysis Dragon Priest Mask by Carnage 2K4. The Dragon Priest Mask in Skyrim definitely leaves something to be desired in terms of aesthetics. This mod changes that and gives all the Dragon Priest masks an overhaul. This is one of those circumstances where change is a good thing, unlike those bad changes. Like when they suddenly decided one day that Pluto wasn't a planet anymore. No one told me until security had to escort me out of the building at a local 4th grade science fair. You can't just get rid of a planet, Billy! You're not the fucking Death Star! Before this mod, it felt like all the Dragon Priest masks were just carbon copies of one another. There was really no differentiating them after you killed the priests who wore them. However, with this mod installed, all the Dragon Priest masks have a personality all their own that really symbolizes their deceased owners. These masks don't just look fantastic, they also embody the characteristics of the Dragon Priests who once wore them. And I don't know about you guys, but when I kill a Dragon Priest, I want a symbol of that accomplishment that I can wear around and show off to all my friends.
Hey, Baters! Where'd you get that cool mask, man?
Well, see, the thing is, I know this might sound bad, but I killed this old religious homeless guy in a cave, and I stole his face.
Oh, okay, cool.
The meshes and textures for these masks just look incredible and really make you want to find each and every Dragon Priest mask in the game. No two masks look the same, nor even share similar characteristics. This unique take on the Dragon Priest mask don't just make this mod an underrated addition to the game, but almost a must-have mod in anyone's playthrough of Skyrim Special Edition. I rate this mod one person who wants to be an athlete, but doesn't want to run a lot.
All right! Looks like it's time to throw a ball down the road.
At number 1, we have DCR King Crusader Mega Pack by Angilla. Armor mods are good and all, but How many armor mods add wicked armor sets and wicked weapons at the same time? Probably like 3, right? Well, we'll fucking make it 4 with this mod installed. This mod adds a very stylish King Crusader emo armor mod to the game, as well as some pretty sweet weapons. The devil really is in the details with this mod, with its unique design that has been crafted to perfection, right down to the very stitching that's holding it all together. This armor really stands out because of its excellent attention to detail and its overall style. This is truly one of the nicest armor mods I've seen for Skyrim Special Edition. This mod also adds some outstanding looking weapons to the game, including a couple swords and a ritualistic style dagger, perfect for sacrificing virgins. The swords and dagger also look spectacular and fit the overall style of Skyrim's world space very well. Now, if you want to acquire this armor, it can be found southwest of Whiterun near the Bloated Man's Grotto. It should be in 2 chests located around the statue of Talos about halfway through. The armor is also craftable and can be found under the ebony section at the forge. This mod suits its name because when you wear the armor or use the weapons, you really do feel like a king. Now, if I were king, I would like to think that not only would I be a just, but I would be a modest king. Like, for instance, I would only have 1 stable boy, rather than the typical 4, whom I would still beat uncontrollably. But sometimes I would pretend like I wasn't gonna beat him, but then I still would. I would beat that stable boy until my arms hurt. Because that's my right as king. To beat defenseless stable boys. I rate this mod one guy who thinks he's an astronaut, but he gets dizzy walking up the stairs.
Oopsie, I missed one.
Thanks again for watching, folks. Really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, don't be shy and go ahead and press down on that subscribe button with your boner. Now be sure to follow us on Twitter for the latest updates on our newest content and when we'll be live streaming next. Also, if you want to see more videos like this one, then go ahead and click on that video link on the screen. And hope to see y'all again next time for another Top 10!